Hello students, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we will discuss the numericals related to the lens, related to the formula of lens and the sign conventions of lens. But before we start off with the numericals, I will suggest you please do watch the previous video, that is video number 7, part 7, because over there I have explained you all the rules that we are going to follow to do all the numericals. Without the rules we we cannot do a single sum related to this topic. So if you have already watched, very good, but if you haven't watched, please go back, watch part number 7, and then come back to this video part 8, and then you will understand the concepts that or the logics behind the numericals. Before starting the numericals, I will just explain rule number 4 and rule number 5. Even when I was doing video number 7, that time I said that rule number 4 and rule number 5 is very important to do the numericals. What does rule number 4 says? The rule number 4 says that if you have a lens, doesn't matter a concave or a convex, doesn't matter, and this is my principal axis, the direction of incident ray will be always in this way. Any distances that we measure, suppose the object is over here, any distances that we measure against the direction of incident ray, against this direction, that is considered as negative. So if I consider this object distance, we are going to start from the optical center and move towards the object. Even over here, we are going to start from the optical center and move towards the object. Now you can see this object distance is opposite to that of incident ray. Incident ray is like this and my object distance is like this. So therefore, this distance is always taken as negative. So this distance is always taken as negative. But suppose my object image is over here, and suppose we are measuring the image distance. Again, we are going to start from the optical center and move towards the image, and it is like this way. Now you can see my image distance over here is in the direction of incident ray. So as a result, when the distance is in the direction of incident ray, that should be taken as positive. Okay, so distances which are measured against the incident ray, that is taken as negative. Distances which are measured with the incident ray or with the direction of incident ray, that is taken as positive. This rule you have to know. Second thing that you have to know is that if you see my convex lens or concave lens, my object is always placed on the left hand side. As you can see, it is placed on towards the left hand side, and when we measure the distances that is on the left hand side, the distances always comes as negative. So all the sums that I will do over there, if you see, u is always negative. The value of u is always negative. Suppose this is say 5 centimeter. So we will write u as minus 5 centimeter. Always, there is not a single scenario or single case or single sum where u is positive. So always the object distance is always negative. Second thing that you have to know is that my focal length for a convex is positive. My focal length for a convex is positive, and focal length for a concave is negative. You have to know these rules. Okay, and what is the fifth rule that you have to know? That the distances which are measured above the principal axis, suppose this distance is 3 centimeter. If it is above the principal axis, as you can see, this object is above the principal axis, that is taken as positive. And the distances which are measured below the principal axis, suppose this is my image, and image is something like this, and this distance is taken as negative. Suppose, so this distance is taken as minus 4 centimeter. So if this distance is 4, we take that as minus 4 because it is below the principal axis. So you have to know certain rules, that the above the principal axis is positive and below the principal axis is negative. On the left hand side is negative, on the right hand side it is positive. So these rules, if you know it in your head or is clear in your head, then the sums can be done. So we have total 18 sums in this chapter. We will do today in this lecture, we will do the first 6 sums. So that will be video number part number 8. Then in next video part number 9, I will do the next 6 sums. And in the last video, I will explain the concept of power of lens and do the sums related to that, whatever given in your book. So by that, this chapter will be completed. So we will do it. We'll start doing the first sum, and it is very important to see how I approach the sum. So let's do the sum number 1. So this is sum number 1. Now in this question, it is very important how you approach the sum. If you start reading the question, you cannot read the whole question at a time. Even if you read, you won't get first a meaning of that. So you have to follow this method, then only you are able to solve the sum. First, in the whole question, try to find out what lens I am using, a concave lens or a convex lens. This should be your first approach. So if I see the whole thing, I find this word convex lens, and as I find this word convex lens, try to draw a diagram of that. Try to draw a diagram related to a lens. So you can take this as my principal axis, this as my convex lens, okay? This is the optical center. So you got the idea. And also very important, as you read the question, you try to draw a diagram also. Because if you draw a diagram, the chances of making the error is minimized. Okay, now you got this. Now see what are the lengths given. At what position a candle of length 3 centimeter? As you read this question, you understand the candle is of length 3 centimeter. So if the candle is of length 3 centimeter, then what do you understand? My candle is the object. So object length, which is also taken as O, is equal to 3 centimeter. Okay, so object is placed where? Object is placed on the left hand side, and this distance is equal to 3, right? Now you try to see it is above or below. It is above, so it will be plus 3. Okay, so this part clear. Now if you read the next part of the question, so that its image is of 6 centimeter. Okay, the image is of 6 centimeter. The image length, or we denote that by I, is equal to 6 centimeter. Very good. Is obtained on the screen. Now this image is of length 6 centimeter. Very good. But very important over here, obtained on the screen, on a screen, that has a lot of relevance in this sum. What kind of image is obtained on the screen? Is it a real image or a virtual image? Try to think of this answer, because from class 8 you are learning this. What kind of images are obtained on the screen? Answer is always real images are obtained on the screen. So the image that I get is a real image. And you know, real images are formed not on the same side but on the other side, that is behind the lens. And real images are formed like this. Real images are formed on the opposite side and it is inverted. Okay, inverted. If you have done the diagrams of this chapter, diagrams related to all the 7 diagrams related to the convex lens, then you will understand what I'm trying to say. All the real images of a convex lens are formed on the other side, and only one situation where you have virtual image, it is formed on the same side. So since it is obtained on the screen, that means it's a real image, and real image is on the behind the lens, and it is like this inverted. As you know, it is inverted. If this is 6 centimeter, it is below the principal axis. So this will become minus because it is below the principal axis. So I get this as minus. Clear? Now try to read the question. The image is of length 6 centimeter. The image is of length 6 centimeter is obtained on a screen placed at a distance 30 centimeter behind the lens. Means what? The screen is placed at a distance 30 centimeter behind the lens. Means this screen where the image is obtained, okay, this image is obtained on a particular screen. This is the screen, and this screen is placed at a distance of 30 centimeter, and that is placed where? Behind the lens. If this is my lens, behind the lens. So this is by 30 centimeter. So I will say image distance is equal to 30 centimeter. Now you know, to measure the image distance, I will go how? I will go in this way, and my incident ray is also in this way. So that will be what? This 30 centimeter will be plus 30 because my incident ray and my image distance are in the same direction. So that will be V is equal to 30 centimeter. So by this you got the rough idea that what are there in the question, what they have asked me. Now from this what I can get, I will rub this. So you see, by drawing the diagram you got a lot of idea that how to approach the sum. Now after this what you have to do is that I have to get the value of u. I have to get the value of u. So how? Because if you see the question, they have asked at what position the candle of length 3 centimeter to be placed. So they are asking at what position the candle, means the object needs to be placed. Means what? I need to find the object distance because the candle is the object, and at what position the candle is placed means what? At what position my object is placed. So object distance I have to find. So how I am going to find the value of u? From here, pay attention. See how I am approaching the sum. I will take this formula. I by O, image height by object height, is equal to V by U, image distance by object distance. This formula is there which I taught yesterday. Means in part number 7 I have taught this formula. I by O, image height by object height, is equal to image distance by object distance. This is a formula given in a book also, magnification formula. I'll put the values and get the answer. Image height is how much? Minus 6. Object height is 3. V I don't know, and U is equal to, I have to find out. If I solve the whole thing, okay, I think you can solve it by yourself also. So you will get U is equal to minus 15 centimeter. U is equal to minus 15 centimeter. That is the value of U. And think whether my answer is correct or not. Because if I know a convex lens, my object is over here. So object distance is always, I told you, object distance will always come in negative because this is the direction of incident ray, and this is how I measure my U. So you can see they are in opposite direction, and as it is opposite direction, it will be negative. And I got my answer also as negative. So this gives me a clear-cut idea that my answer is right. And after this you have to write. So you have to write object is placed 15 centimeter in front of the lens. If this is my lens, this is the front part of the lens and this is the back part, behind part. So object is placed 15 centimeter in front of lens. In front of lens. Clear? Object is placed 15 centimeter in front of lens. So I got the value of U also. So U is equal to how much? Minus 15 centimeter, which just now I happened to solve. Now after getting the value of U, I have to find the value of F also. That is what they have asked me. I have to get the value of F also. So I'll use the formula. 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. I'll use this formula to get the answer. 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. 1 by v is how much? 30. Then this minus is there. Make sure, see, this is a different minus sign. This minus sign belongs to the formula. But u is also minus 15. So I'll put u as minus 15. So I have to put 2 minus. This minus is for this formula. And this minus stands for the value of u, which is minus 15. So don't try to say I already have a minus, so I don't need to put this minus again. No, that becomes wrong. You have to put this minus because the value of u is minus 15. Now solve it. 1 by 30 minus minus plus 15. LCM is 30. 1, 2. So becomes 3 by 30. And after you solve it, f 1 by f is 3 by 30. So f becomes equal to 10 centimeter. Just solve it. Cancel 1 by 10. And as you get, my f is equal to 10 centimeter. After this, it's important to know whether f is positive or negative. You can see my f is positive. So f is positive means what? Yes, that's a convex lens, and f will become positive for a convex lens. So it is positive. That means it is a convex lens. And also in the sum I have convex lens. So I get a clear-cut idea that yes, my answer is correct. So this is how you approach the first sum of this chapter. I hope you understand the first sum. If you haven't, please pause the video, go back and see the sum once more. Very important how you approach the sum, how you read the question. That is the most important part. Okay, let's go to question number 2. Now we are going to do the second sum. Now how we are going to approach the sum? Always I told you the previous sum, how I've done the previous sum. See the lens which is used, which kind of lens is used. Over there, if I read the whole question, I come to this word concave lens. And as I get a concave lens, it is better that I draw a concave lens and approach the sum first diagrammatically. That will give me a clear-cut idea that what I have to do. So I draw a concave lens. Okay, concave lens is just like this. Now, after I draw the concave lens, just you should have an idea. In concave lens, the object is placed on this side. The image is also formed on the same side only. The image is formed on the same side. If you have done the 3 diagrams of the concave lens, which is there in 5B, exercise 5B, if you have done those 3 diagrams related to the concave lens, you will see in a concave lens, the image is formed on the same side as the object. So, the image is formed on the same side. But in this question, I will just show you a trick how to approach the sum. A trick is that, I'll just write it. Suppose A, B, 2, 5 given. Suppose in a question like this is given A, B, 2, 5. Then you just see this B value is equal to 2 and the A value is equal to 5. Always like this you have to see the sum. A, B, 2, 3, 2, 5 given, the B value is equal to 2 and the A value is equal to 5. This is a small trick which will be used not only these sums, but there are other kinds of sums where you have to approach this way. Now what is the meaning of this A, B, 2, 5? I will show you. In this sum, first you see what is the word written. Image, okay, then the word written object, then it is written 20 centimeter, then it is written 10 centimeter. So means what? First I have to write image, then object, then 20 centimeter, then followed by 10 centimeter. This is the way. So what I told, object is equal to 20 and image is equal to 10. So my object distance is 20 and my image distance is equal to 10. This way you have to remember, okay, that the object distance they are saying as 20, not the image distance they are saying as 20. Sometimes students read the question in a wrong way. That is why they get the wrong answer. So this way, if you approach the sum or this trick, certain difficult questions become easier for you. So image distance is not 20, object distance is 20. The object kept at a distance of 20 centimeter in front of it, at a distance 10 centimeter from the other side. This 10 centimeter is the image size, image distance. This 10 centimeter is the image distance. So if you understood this thing, then I can write object distance is 20. So my u value is equal to 20, and my image distance, that is the v value, is equal to 10 centimeter. Okay, clear? But after this you have to little specify certain things. As you know, image is on the side of the object. Image is on the same side. So means what? Image is on this left hand side only, this side only, left, in front of the lens. But you see it is 10 centimeter. So suppose this is my object which is kept at a distance of 20 centimeter. Suppose this is my object. It is kept at a distance of 20 centimeter. My image is kept at a distance of 10 centimeter. So 10 centimeter will be where? 10 centimeter will be closer to the lens. So my image is like this. It is at a distance of 10 centimeter. Okay. Now you have to know certain things, that when the distances are kept on the left hand side, I told you this part is negative. So this will be minus 20 and this will be minus 10. So u is equal to minus 20 and v is equal to minus 10. Okay, so object is at a distance 20 centimeters. So 20 centimeter in front, negative, and image is on the same side, on the same side of the object. So image is also 10 centimeter in front of it. So image distance is also minus 10 centimeter. Now after this I have found out certain things. I have to find the nature of the image. Now nature. When it comes to the nature, see how to approach. Since it is on the same side, and if it is on the same side, that will be a virtual image on the same side, so that means what? It will be a virtual image, because why it is virtual? Because it is same side. And we know all virtual images are erect in nature, erect. Okay, you can see it is erect like this, not inverted like this, erect. So all virtual images are also erect. Okay, so we know it is erect and virtual because from the same side, as written on the same side, from there I can come to the point that is virtual as well as erect. Now I come to the part whether it is magnified or diminished. For that I have to use this formula, m is equal to v by u. Approach this formula. V is how much? V is minus 10 and u is how much? Minus 20. If I solve it, I get my answer as 0.5. Now this 0.5, so m value is equal to 0.5. So m value is what? Less than 1. 0.5 is less than 1. So value of m, which is 0.5, that is less than 1. As the value of m is less than 1, at that point you just should be able to understand that this is a diminished, because m value, if it is more than 1, then it is magnified. Since I am getting the value of m as less than 1, so the nature is what? Erect, virtual as well as diminished. So I hope you understood. As it is on the same side, that means it is a virtual image, and all virtual images are erect in nature. We know this thing from class 7-8 onwards. And how to know whether it is diminished or magnified? Just use the formula, m is equal to v by u. You get the value of m as 0.5, that is less than 1. 0.5 is less than 1, so value of m is less than 1. That gives me a clear-cut idea that the image is diminished in nature. So I got the nature of the image, erect, virtual and diminished. So this part is clear. So first question is clear. Okay, this is erect, virtual and diminished, EVD, erect, virtual and diminished. Now I have to get the value of focal length. To get the value of focal length, I will use the formula, same formula, 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. I'll use this formula and get the answer. See, 1 by f, 1 by v. V is equal to how much? Minus 20. So v is minus 20. Then minus, this minus is there. 1 by u. U is how much? Minus 10. Okay, u is minus 10. You don't see this minus n and don't use this minus n is already there, and this u minus is for this minus. Okay, now you solve it. Minus 1 by 20 minus minus plus 1 by 10. Take the LCM. 20 minus 1, 2. So 1 by f is equal to this. That gives me the value of 1 by 20. And ultimately value of f is equal to 20 centimeter. So the value of f is 20 centimeter. Am I right? Okay, some mistake is done just over here. One small mistake. Okay. Okay. This value of v is not 20. This value of v is 10. So v value is minus 1 by 10 minus u is minus 20, so it becomes minus 20. Now you solve it. Minus 10 minus minus plus 1 by 20. Solve it. 20 minus 2 plus 1. So ultimately you get the answer 1 by f is equal to minus 1 by 20. So f is equal to minus 20 centimeter. Okay, f is equal to minus 20 centimeter, and I should know my answer is correct or wrong. You know, for a focal length of a concave lens, the focal length of a concave lens, the focal length is always negative. And you know, over here the focal length I got it as negative. As a result, the answer is correct. So this is the second answer. Okay, so I just made a mistake. I just interchanged the value of v and u. That is why I changed it once more. So f is equal to minus 20 centimeter. I hope you understood this logic. So anyways, this is question number 2. Let's see what is question number 3 is. Alright, this is question number 3. Now in question number 3, again the same way I will approach. I will see what kind of lens I have been using. In this sum given, it is given as a convex lens, and as I know it is a convex lens, I should draw the diagram of it. So this is a convex lens with optical center O. Now very important over here, a virtual image, very important. Just see over here what kind of image I am getting. I am getting a virtual image. And in a convex lens, when is the virtual image obtained? The last the case, if you see the last case, where the object is placed between the optical center and f1 and the image is formed behind it. It is like this. This is my object and this is my image. Okay, so from there you will get the idea that in a convex lens I am getting a virtual image, and that is only possible in the last scenario, that is case number 7, where the object is placed between the optical center and the f1. Okay, this O is optical center and this O stands for object. Don't get confused. So over here what I know is that focal length is 25 centimeter. 25 centimeter. Now since it is a convex lens, I know my focal length will be positive because f is over here and this distance is taken as positive. So focal length is plus 25. Now over here, at what distance from the optical center of the lens an object is placed to obtain virtual image of twice the height? Means what? Object height, image height is twice the size of object. Actually this sentence means what? The virtual image is twice the size of object. So what I will do, let the object height be x. So let the object height be x. So I will consider this height as x, and image, the virtual image is twice the size of object. Means what? Twice the size of object. So twice of ax. So image is equal to twice ax. Okay. So this is the value of O, and this is the value of I. So object height is x and image height is twice x. Now let's see the sign, whether it will be positive or negative. So this height is equal to 2x. Now you can see this object is above the principal axis, so it will be positive, and this image is also above the principal axis, so this is also positive. So both are positive. This is also positive, where the object height is x, that is positive, and image height is also 2x, that is also positive, because both are above the principal axis. Now from here I'll get the relationship between v and u. I'll use the formula v by u, which is image distance by object distance, is equal to image height by object height. Okay, I'll use this formula. So v by u, image height is equal to 2x, and object height is given as x. Cancel. So what you getting? V is equal to twice of u. I'll use this to get the value of u actually. So I'll use this. So I'll got a relationship between v and u. V is twice of u using the magnification formula. So after this, what I have to do? I have to use the lens formula to get to the answer. So just rubbing this part. Now I'll use 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. I'll use this formula. And now f is given as 25. 1 by 25 is equal to 1 by v. V is already, I got that as 2u minus 1 by u. Now over here also I will say one thing, that don't put a minus u. If you are putting it, then it is wrong. U is negative, I know. But when we have a value of u like 5 centimeter or 10 centimeter, then we take that as minus 5 and minus 10. But we don't take the value of u itself as negative. No, we don't do that. We keep the u as u only. Okay, so don't take that as u as minus u. Since I told you that all the object distances are negative, don't take this as minus u. No, when we have a value of u as u is equal to 10 centimeter, then we take that as negative, but don't take this as negative. No, that is wrong. This is always u only. So these small things you have to remember. After this, what you do? Take the LCM. 2u 1, this becomes 2. So after this, 1 by 25 is equal to minus 1 by 2u. Solve this and you will get the u value as minus 12.5 centimeter. You solve this, 2u goes this side, 25 goes this side, minus 25, and you will get the value of u as minus 12.5 centimeter. That means what? Object is placed 12.5 centimeter in front of the lens. So object is placed, object is placed 12.5 centimeter where? In front of the lens. Okay, so that is how you write the complete answer. I hope this part is understandable to you. So in this sum, you have to just, the extra thing is what? You have to get the relationship between v and u. because obviously in an equation you cannot do the equation with two unknowns, so you have to convert from two unknowns to one unknown. V and u both you cannot keep as unknown, so I converted the v in terms of u. Now in this equation is only one unknown, you can see u and u is the unknown, which can be simplified. But if you keep that as v and u, obviously the equation is dead end, you cannot solve the sum. So this is the this kind of sums we are going to do in question number 4 also of the same type. You are going to say it's like similar to question number 3 only. So let's do question number 4. Now we come to question number 4 of this chapter. Again, how to approach the sum? The sum has to be approached by looking at what kind of lens I'm having. So over here I'm having a convex lens. Okay, convex lens. And as you know, there is a convex lens. It's better to draw a convex lens. Okay, convex lens. Now convex lens is given of a focal length 0.12 meter. The focal length is equal to 0.12. So focal length is given as 0.12 meters. So we'll write focal length is equal to 0.12 meter. Now focal length for a convex lens is what, positive or negative? We know that is always a positive because focus is over here and we measure it along the direction of incident ray. So focal length is 0.12 meter as positive. Now very important. In a convex lens, object is placed where? Object is always placed on the left hand side. That is no exception. That is always there for concave or convex or whatever lens you are taking. On the left hand side is always my object. Now very important, you have to focus on this word. This word is very important. Real image. In the previous sum we had a virtual image, that is why it was forming on the same side. Now we are having a real image, and real images are always formed on the behind the lens. Real images are formed on the other side of the lens. So this is the way, this is the place my real image lies. This is the place my real image lies. So if I take the object, let the object height be x. If this I consider this as x, then what is the image height? Therefore the image height is equal to how much? 3 times. You can see the real image is of 3 times the size of the object. So real image height will be how much? 3x. Okay, if this is object height is x, so the real image is 3 times the size of the object, so it becomes 3x. Clear? 3x. Now very important, after this let's talk about the sign. This object is plus because it is above the principal axis, but the image, it is below the principal axis, and as it is below the principal axis, this has to be taken as minus 3x. So this becomes minus 3x. Okay, minus 3x. Clear? Now as I got the value of O as object height as x and image height as minus 3x, I will use this to get the relationship between V and U. I'll use this to get a relationship between V and U, just like the previous sum. And then only when I get a relationship between V and U, then only I can use the lens formula, that is 1 by F is equal to 1 by V minus 1 by U. So first get a relationship between V and U. So I'll use the formula, magnification formula. I by O is equal to V by U. I'll use this formula. I, image height is how much? Minus 3x. Object height is how much? X. And that is equal to V. And that is equal to U. Cancel. So ultimately I got V is equal to minus 3 times u. So v is equal to minus 3u, that is I got a relation. And this relation I will use it to get the proceed with the sum. So this relationship is very, very important. Now I'll use the length formula. Length formula is what? F is equal to 0.12 meter. 1 by F is equal to 1 by V minus 1 by U. I'll use this formula. 1 by F is equal to means what? 1 by 0.12. V is how much? V is minus 3U. And U is what? U is only U only. Huh? There is no doubt. So after this, I will take the LCM of it. So this LCM is 3U minus 1 minus 3. Okay? And if I go one more step, it becomes minus 1 minus 3 minus 4 by 3U. And if I go after this, so it becomes how much? U is equal to, if you look at the sum, minus 4 into 0.12 divided by 3. And ultimately you get the answer U as minus 0.16 meter. So you get the answer as minus 16 meter. Firstly, I should get the value of U as negative. Yes, the value of U should be negative because this distance is always negative, this distance opposite to the incident ray. I got that as negative and I am pretty much sure my answer is correct. So U is equal to minus 0.16 means what? You have to write it is placed 0.16 meter in front of the lens. In front of the lens. So you have to write like this, place 0.16 meter in front of the lens. Clear? So object is placed 0.16 meter in front of the lens. So that is how you approach the sum. See, previous sum and this sum near about the same type. Just over there it was given a virtual image, over here it is given real image. And you can see V is equal to minus, this relationship you have to get between V and U. And so once you get the relationship, put that in this formula and you will get the ultimate answer. That is the value of U. So by putting it, what you are doing? You are converting an equation from two variables to a single variable. Suppose if I keep it like this, V, am I able to solve the sum? No. In an equation I am having two variables. How can I solve the sum? This is a dead end. But I keep the V as minus 3U. Now see, I am converting from two variables to a single variable. Only U is the one variable which can be easily solved. So this is how you approach the question number 4 of your book. Now let's see how to do question number 5. Okay, now we come to question number 5. Now before we approach the question number 5, just do one small change. It is, if you do it, is better. You can see one distance is given in centimeter and another distance is given in meter. So you change both of them into the same unit. That way the sum, how you will do the sum, that will become easier for you. So what I will do is, over here, instead of writing 1 meter, I will generally prefer it to write this as 100 centimeter. Now see, both of them are in the same unit, centimeter, centimeter. So you can do this change initially only. Now let's see how to approach the sum. The sum has to be approached in the similar way that we have approached all the previous sums. I have seen that the lens that we use is what? A convex lens. So without thinking too much, I'll draw a convex lens. Okay, convex lens I have drawn. Now after this, what I will see is that object lies 100 centimeter from a screen. Now this word screen has a lot of importance. Screen means what? A screen means is the place where the image is formed. Screen is the place where the image is formed. So indirectly they are saying the object lies 100 centimeter from the image. Okay, object lies 100 centimeter from the image. Now also in a screen, what kind of image that we get? We get a real image or a virtual image. Think of it. In a screen we can capture an image, and what kind of image that we can capture? We can always capture a real image. So this image that we are getting, that's a real image. And how does real images looks? Real images are always inverted in nature. See, inverted. So these are the few things that you have to know from the question. From in the question, many things won't be directly told to you, but you have to decode the question. I am obtaining the image in a screen. Now screen means what? In a screen, image is there. And what kind of image is obtained on the screen? A real image. Okay, and real images are what? Whether it's inverted or erect, it is always inverted in nature. So firstly, I will prefer to draw a screen. This is suppose my screen is. This is suppose my screen is. Okay, and where is my image? Image is like this. Image is like this, inverted. Okay, formed on the screen. And where is the object from? Object lies at a distance of 100 centimeters from the screen. So object lies over here, and the distance between the object and this image, this is equal to 100 centimeter. Okay, very easily you can understand. So you have decoded the first line of the question, that object lies at a distance 100 centimeter from the real image. Screen means the real image. Now let's see, the second line says, the convex lens that we are using, suppose this is my lens, the lens is used to form the image of the object on a screen placed, see, very important, read this part, read this line, lot of confusions are there, but read this line. Object on the screen is placed at a distance 75 centimeter from the lens. So means what? The screen is placed at a distance 75 centimeter from the lens. So the distance between the screen and the lens is 75 centimeter. You have to know this part. So my V is equal to 75 centimeter. And this V is positive or negative? Obviously you can say this is V is positive, because obviously this direction is in the direction of incident ray. My incident ray is like this, and my image distance is also like this. So this V is positive. Now what about U? It is so easy to get this value of U. Total is 100, this is 75. So this value has to be how much? U is equal to 100 minus 75. So U is equal to 25 centimeter. So this U value is 25 centimeter. Now, saying that 25, but what will be the value of U? Will be positive or negative? Think, I always told, object distance is always negative. This side is always negative. So this part is negative. Okay, because we are going against the incident ray. So this value of U is minus 25. So once we get these two values, I think I can get the value of F also. So I'll just get the value of F. 1 by F is equal to 1 by V minus 1 by U, using the lens formula. 1 by V, V is how much? 75. Minus 1 by U, U is how much? Minus 25. Okay, so after this I solve. Minus minus is plus, and after this I just take the LCM. So 1 by F is equal to LCM of these two is 75. This becomes 1 time, this becomes 3 times. So 1 by F is equal to 4 by 75, and ultimately F is equal to 75 by 4. How much is 75 by 4? 75 by 4 is 18.75 centimeter. So f is equal to 18.75 centimeter, which I got. And f is positive or negative? F I got as positive. And we know convex lens means what? Convex lens has a positive focal length, positive f. Okay, positive focal length. We have know this part and we got that as positive. So I'm pretty much sure my answer is correct. So f is 18.75. Now I need to get the value of magnification also, which is very easy. I think I'll get us some place over here to do the magnification part. So what is the value of magnification over here? Magnification is equal to V by U. How much is V? 75. How much is U? Minus 25. So M is equal to minus 3. So magnification is minus 3. That means what? That this value is inverted actually. Okay, this value is magnification. This minus sign indicates what? This minus sign indicates that this image is inverted, and we know real images are inverted. Anyways, we don't need this, but we got the answer. So this value is how much? 18.75, and this M is equal to minus 3. So we got question number 5 also. And after this, we will do question number 6, and that is the last question for today. Let's see, question number 6 is what? Now, we came to question number 6. So basically, we have to follow that small trick that we have done in the previous sum. The small trick that we have done will help us in this sum. I'm just doing it in red that it is easier for you to understand. Okay. The lens forms the image of an object placed at a distance 15 cm from it, at a distance of 60 cm from it. Now by reading this part question, basically many students will get confused whether 15 is the object distance or 15 is the image distance. 60 is the object distance or 60 is the image distance. And in this kind of a question, I told you how to sort your problem. The problem, how to sort it, just like the previous sum I have told you. What you will do, I just tell you the small trick. A, B and 2 and 5. That means what? B is equal to 2 and A is equal to 5. Just use this small trick and you will get to know which value is what. So what you will do, image, first write the value, write image of an object, then comes the object, then distance of 15 centimeter, and later on distance of 60 centimeter. By looking at this, now you will get the idea what is what. Object is 15 and image is 60. Okay, so from here these small tricks will help you to do lot of sums in an easier way. So object distance, which is equal to U, that is equal to 15 centimeter, and V is equal to 60 centimeter. Clear? Okay, we don't have any problem regarding this too. Now after doing the sum, we have to draw the diagram, but the problem is we do not know what kind of lens we are using, because only given lens, there is anything more given. We don't know what kind of lens, concave or convex, so we cannot draw any diagram for this question, which we have done in the previous 5 sums. Okay, no problem. Let's see how to do it. Now we know U is 15. As we always mention, object is towards the left hand side of the lens, and this distance is always negative. So object distance is always negative. Okay. This is a distance always negative. Now see, the image distance is 60 centimeter, is formed in front of it. Front of it means what? If this is the lens, this is called the front and this is called the behind the lens. So image is from front of the lens. So image is over here. So over here, this image distance 60 is also has to be negative. Okay, this you have to get this idea from reading the question. As it is said, distance of 60 centimeter in front, so front of the lens, and this front of the lens is this part. So object is also over here, image is also over here, and both of them are negative. So I've written both of them as negative. Now I do not know whether it's a concave or convex, but I know in front of it, in a concave or a convex, both has to be negative. Now from, as I got the value of u and v, I think it is very easy to get the value of focal length f. I can easily get from here. So I'll do that. I'll get the value of f. So 1 by f is equal to 1 by v minus 1 by u. I'll use this formula. So it becomes how much? V is equal to how much? 60, but it is negative. Minus u is 15, negative. Now minus 1 by 60, minus is plus. Okay, now take the LCM. So ultimately 1 by f is equal to 2 by 60. So ultimately you get f is equal to 30 centimeter. Now f is equal to 30 centimeter. As you know, the value of f is okay, there is one small mistake. This has to be 4. So this value becomes 3, and this is not 30. This becomes, f becomes equal to 20. Yeah, f is equal to 20. So focal length is 20. Now as my focal length is 20, that means what? That is a positive. This is positive. And as you know, it is a positive. That time only you should know what kind of lens it is. A positive focal length. That means what? It is a convex lens. It is a convex lens, which is very easy to get from this question. See, as I know the focal length is positive or negative, based on that I can determine whether I am using a convex lens or a concave lens. As I am getting focal length as positive, that will be definitely, that means that's a convex lens. So my lens is something like this, convex lens. Now magnification. What is the magnification? Magnification is equal to v by u. Okay, v by u. What is the value of v? V is how much? Minus 60. And what is the value of u? Minus 15. So m is equal to how much? Minus 60 by minus 15. That is equal to 4. So magnification. So this value is equal to 20 centimeter and this value is equal to 4. And I have to determine the nature of the image. Now, how to determine the nature of the image? See, firstly, from the question only I can say what are the nature of the image. Image is in front of the lens. Image is in front. So my image object is over here and my image is also over here. So image is in front. And in front of the lens, if it is formed, that will be always a virtual image, because behind the lens is always real image and in front of the lens is virtual. So this in front word gives me the idea that is a real or a virtual. After I got that as a virtual, now I have to know whether it is erect or inverted. We know all virtual images are erect only. This virtual image is erect in nature. We know these things. Real is inverted and virtual is erect. Okay, from class 7 we are learning these things. Now we have to know whether it's a magnified or diminished. The value of m you can see is 4. So the value of m is greater than 1. The value of m is greater than 1. So as the value of m is greater than 1, that means what? That is magnified. So answer is magnified. So these are the 3 nature of the images. Okay, virtual, erect and magnified. So by looking at the value of m, as you can see it is greater than 1, that means what? Magnified. And also if m value is positive, as you can see it is plus 4, positive value means what? It is erect actually. Positive values means erect. From there also you can know whether it's erect or inverted, or you can know all, and easier way, all virtual images are erect in nature. So this is question number 6. Okay, so I hope you understood all the first six sums of this exercise. So please, if you haven't understood, please write in comment section any doubts regarding any questions. And if you have understood, then practice these sums by your own without seeing the solution. Read the sum and try to do it by yourself. That is how you will improve in the numericals of this chapter. And I told you, in a board, one question of 4 marks will be coming in section B from this numerical portion of this lens. So keeping that in mind, you should practice this kind of sums. So saying that, I'll be good night to all of you. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay home, and bye bye. Take care.